Pub Battles, Germantown, by Command Post Games. You have the option of either starting with the night move and having 2 random detachment commands lost, or starting on turn 1 with everyone. They don't get their night move advantage. So I'm going to start with everyone. He said, you know what? Marching around in the dark in the fog, not a good idea. Let's get everyone there, get a good night's sleep. Let's do this in the morning. So here they are. The British detachment reaches the bridge where the Wissa Khan runs into the Schuylkill River, and they set up. Smallwood's militia coming down the line. Here all 3 American commands have stopped and are ready to deploy to go after Chew House. Howe's moving up the center. Armstrong's militia in column gets ambushed by another detachment of British. The militia falls back in disorder. Alright, here it is mid-morning. We've got some combat at Chew House. First the British fire, with no effect. The American assault on Chew House. Chew House is finally captured by the Continentals, but not before Green's command was driven back into the other 2, and now Green's entire command is disorganized. A disorganized and damaged Armstrong tries to outflank the British detachment. The detachment is destroyed, but Armstrong is left in disarray. Nefausen arrives and takes command of his troops. In the morning fog, Howe simply reorganizes his command. Sterling sends his Virginians forward. Smallwood attacks across the Wissahickon. Washington boldly sends Sterling right up the middle. Greene unpacks his bag and recovers his command. Washington's command in the center attacks. They're driven back, but the British are left in disarray and they push their artillery back. Over here, the attack on the dragoons simply ride away. Nary a shot is fired. Towards midday, the battle at the bridge. The detachment is destroyed. Howe unpacks his baggage. The grenadiers fall back. Washington's troops draw on the baggage for supplies and recover at Chew House. Alright, here we see Smallwood has stopped at the river. He's content to be holding off our British unit from the battle. On the Continental left, Sullivan attacks, and Howe's troops have a fighting withdrawal. Here, again, the dragoons simply ride off. Here, Greene has outmaneuvered Matthews' household guard as they fight desperately to protect their bags. Matthews is forced to fall back under Greene's accelerated assault, and now the bags are exposed. I love this game. Sometimes it seems like you play and the British easily win, and you're going, the Americans can't win this. And then you have times like today. But it's not over until it's over. In a desperate bid, Nefausen unpacks his bags. Cornwallis comes racing up to confer with Howe. Not far behind him, the grenadiers are marching up. Greene presses hard, but they cannot reach the bags this turn. Smallwood's militia threateningly occupy a hill behind British lines. Armstrong's militia moves out to threaten the flank. Washington has Sterling troops guard the baggage. Greene assaults Matthews' exhausted guard. Never more dangerous when their backup is up against the wall. The Virginians are slain. After heavy fighting, Greene's corps is exhausted. Sullivan's troops destroy the British before it's just about dinner time. Both sides have lost a similar number of men. This is intense. It is so close. The British bags are exposed, but the Americans are running out of troops. Washington sets up a defense of his bags. Nefausen pushes back against Sullivan's spent troops. Since Greene's corps is exhausted, i.e. it's lost over 50% of its troops, they can no longer recover from spent. The grenadiers are ambushed in march order by Armstrong's militia. Being grenadiers, they're able to organize and fall back in order. There's one fight about dinner time. It's right by Germantown. Sullivan attacks Nefausen. Sullivan's troops fall apart. They cannot do it. But Nefausen's troops aren't doing much better. Sullivan pulls his line back. Armstrong says, hey, where are you guys going? He knows when his time is up and his boys pull away. Nefausen reorganizes his lines, protects his bags. Foggy day is coming to an end. Nefausen extends his line. Washington holds. Smallwood hold. Armstrong's militia camp for the night. Sullivan extends his line. Cornwallis knows he has reinforcements coming in the night. So at the end of the day, he launches one more attack. He thinks the colonials are close to breaking. Alright, the British guards have had a chance to drink deeply from the canteen, and they attack fresh. Washington's troops fall back after doing a heroic job of holding off the British Guard. Greene's exhausted Virginians are able to stay there and push back the British. Knox artillery fires at the lead British troops, driving them back, and in the confusion, the cannons slip away. Howe's end-of-day efforts have been frustrated. Now it's the night turn. So when the sun comes up on the second day, he's unpacked one baggage train. Howe has had to unpack both baggage trains, and von Donop's Hessians have arrived. Morning of the second day. The fog has lifted. Washington aims the cannon at the Grenadiers. Nefossen's command creeps forward and secures their right flank in the lakes. Greene flanks the Grenadiers and screens the household guard. Cornwallis has the Grenadiers slip out of the trap, reinforces the guards, and starts bringing the dragoons around to eliminate this threat. Combat along the Wissahickon. Greene's screening efforts turn into a full-sail rout, and those troops are lost. Smallwood, hearing the horsemen, falls back across the river. Nefossen's troops drive hard on Sullivan's left flank. Knox's Continental artillery damages the Grenadiers. Washington sends in Sterling's troops to finish the job. Cornwallis moves his artillery in position to shell the bridge. Lots of action on the Continental left. Sterling's Jersey boys under Washington drive back the fresh troops Cornwallis had committed. Here Nefossen's attack sustains devastating losses. Nefossen's corps is now exhausted. Can Greene's troops reach the British bags? Yes, they can. With the bags captured, this is the last turn. There are no charge rules, which allow a unit to charge and attack in the same turn in this scenario. I checked that because Matthews with a gold sticker, usually a gold sticker denotes ability to use the charge rule. If there is a charge rule in effect, it's not in this scenario. That I can check. I'll probably be proved wrong. Cornwallis artillery opens up across the bridge. No damage. One final battle around the supply train. Now the supply train was already contacted earlier in the turn, and that ends the game on this turn. But we still go through the combat phase. Now, what actually happened is when Cornwallis was activated, he packed up the bags and moved them out so they wouldn't be captured. So the Colonials will only gain double the points, not triple the points. Between the Grenadiers here and the Guards here being flanked, the Virginians collapsed. Greene's corps is once again exhausted. The battle is over. Turn 3. Day 2, American victory. The Americans have over twice as many victory points, but the critical thing is the bags were captured, or the bags were forced to pack up. The British were forced back by the Continentals. Yay! Good game.